Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we're reacting to That's Showbiz Baby, the Encore by Jade. But before I open the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things music. So Jade has been releasing pop perfection pretty much all year round, and I think most of us who have listened to the album and are just a fan of pop music can agree that she came out with a banger of an album, and she has given us 8 new tracks to sink our teeth into. And I did react to the original, I think, is it 15 or 16 tracks? 14 tracks. I was way off there. The original 14 tracks in videos throughout the year, so they will be linked somewhere on the screen or in the description box down below. If you're looking for the uncut version of this reaction, it will be up on my Patreon, as well as my exclusive reaction to the video for church, because it looks like it's going to be quite interesting. But again, all of that is going to be up on my Patreon. So of the 8 new tracks we have, I have already heard Frozen. I think that was something that she released, I don't know, a couple months ago. I know I've already heard it. But the new titles were given, obviously, Church. I know that's the lead, that's the single. I would love to hear that. And then Tar. I don't know what it could mean by that. I'm thinking of tarring witches, tarring people, like punishment. I'm not sure. But I guess, like always, due to copyright, things like to be sped up or blurred out. And if you see me looking in this direction, it's because we have genius lyrics pulled up, so we know what we're talking about. And without further ado, let's react to Church.
Oh, baby, pray for me like I would pray for you. Whatever gets you off until your knees are bruised.
Oh, yep, he dropped. Oh, Beyonce. Okay. Are we talking about Beyonce? Are we talking about like the industry? Like what's okay? Oh baby, pray for me like I would pray for you. Whatever gets you off until your knees are bruised. While the world burns, let me see you work. Down on your knees, let me be your church. So it's basically like praising like the pop goddess, like how fandom culture, like she's going to be the light in the darkness that is the world, like how music and art tends to be escapism and how people turn to that in order to like get through rough and hard times. And she's like, I will be your church. She said, post-courses, I want you to fuck it up. Okay. When I was a baby girl, that's when I saw the queen. Nothing like Elizabeth, more like Destiny. Obviously, I think this is a reference to Destiny's Child, Queen Bee, Queen Beyonce. Obviously, the pop diva of them all. Genre bending, everything. I can see it. Oh, she looked divine, elegant, and free. She bowed down to my level, blew a kiss, and said to me. So it's basically like Beyonce, like the queen, the pop princesses that Bee came down to my level and was like, let me tell you what it's like to be me. Let me tell you what our job is. It's hard enough to be alive. Might as well dance or die. Heaven's close, but we could try, 'cause we're on hell of a good time. She's like basically like kind of how music and art is the closest to heaven and beauty that we can ever get. And like life can be rough, but never let life be so bad or let any of the badness in the world bring you down so much that you won't stop, like that you'll stop dancing or doing the things that you love. I think she's relatively straightforward. At least I assume she's referring to Beyonce, but we'll see what else the song tells us. Okay. I mean, okay. Yes, support the dolls. So I see why Jade did not release this with the original album, because I do in fact think we would all implode by the from the greatness that is this amount of like pop perfection. Just saying. Verse 2. Now I'm fully blossomed, got my flowers, live the dream, carrying the wisdom that was passed down on to me. So it's like in the first song, you're like getting like the pop idol Queen Bee telling her like this is what you need to do. And she says, well, now I'm seasoned. I've been in the industry for over a decade. Yeah, actually almost like 15 years now, I think. From Little Mix to her solo projects and everything, like she's been here a while. She said, if you need advice or you don't believe, get onto my level, listen up, I'll set you free. She said, listen, this is what was told to me, and now I have the chance to pass it on to you. Okay. Then we move into a bridge that says, all the sinners in the place, show me love, give me faith. Girls, dolls, party boys, rise above the dirty noise. We know that she makes pop music for the queer community, and let's just say, support the dolls. Trans rights are human rights on this channel. If you don't believe that, feel free to unsubscribe, babe. If you're all out of sugar, then I'm the sweetest taste. Take this holy water and wash that pretty face. Okay. Okay, I see it. I see the vision, kind of using the religious imagery that's kind of used to put people down and take it into a new context. She's like, yes. Then girls, dolls, party boys, rise above the dirty noise, from the ghetto to the stars, everywhere you are, no matter like what circumstances you were born into, whether you're rich, impoverished, or like what your background is. Now let me see you work, 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 work. Let me be your church, 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 church. I don't know why. Now I've never. It feels like it makes me a bad queer person that I've never seen RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm sorry, reality TV and I just don't generally love. But it feels like this would be great on that show. It would be great on that show. I don't know if there's anything else to say. I love the production. I thought it was a great time. I'm sure when I get a chance to react to the music video, it will be absolutely spectacular because Jade gives us nothing less. She loves a good concept. Then up next is a track called This Is What We Dance For. Did she dip into my diary or something? Obviously. Classic Jade production. Nah. So if you don't know anything about me, particularly this year, I have gone through more depressive episodes than I normally would. However, it's been a grief-filled year, especially around the holiday seasons that we are in right now. And usually the things that I do, the things that tend to make me happy, is engaging in media like music and art and film and TV and stuff like that. Things that helped me get out and sort of help me like recenter myself. And it kind of sounds like that's what Jade's talking about. Verse 1. Wait, no, verse 1. My brain's been misbehaving. Anxiety's fucking crazy and my heart's been palpitating. Same girl, same girl. Keeping me up every night. I need a distraction. Maybe if I move my body, it will start a chain reaction. Hope it helps me feel alright. So yeah, I mean, I've actually been sleeping relatively well, although I tend to be a night owl. But that could be due to the depression and asthma flare-ups that I have. But yeah, feel that. Best way to like work it out of your system is to move it out of your system. Pre-chorus, I'm about to disappear when it's dark, but it's light in here. And then, oh, I hate what I see outside. Can the rhythm cover my eyes? Listen, if you've been keeping up with the news or anything going on in the world, it just feels like every time you crack open the phone, turn on the TV, or whatnot, things just seem to be constantly on fire. And it's like, can we use some distraction? I'm a little depressed and you're a little bit torn. I just want to de-stress here on the dance floor. Need the beat just to keep me alive. DJ, please take me out of my mind. She's like, well, I'm a little depressed and it seems like you're a little torn up, babes. So let's just go out. I guess this could be like coping mechanisms of like avoiding your problems and avoiding what's going on in the world. But hey, I feel like of all the coping mechanisms. And then she repeats, I'm a little depressed and you're a little bit torn, want to decompress here on the dance floor. And then the post-chorus is, baby, this is what we dance for. Okay, anyone? Is this not a shake-up, something to dance for? Zendaya, shake it up. Anyone thrown back to that? Just me? Am I the only one who gets that reference? I don't know. Absolutely. Okay. Well, that's a big lie. Okay, I can kind of see some similarities production-wise, sonically, between Church and This Is What We Dance For, so I don't know if maybe they were just too aligned, and that's why they didn't come on the original album. I'm not sure. But this one is very much so, like, if you had to describe current state of being me, like, this kind of describes what it is. Seeing all these faces that are all from different places that are looking for safe spaces that'll help them feel all right. We all got our reasons, baby. Dancing so we don't go crazy. Tell me what you are escaping, baby. So many personal things is what I'm escaping. Like, the laundry list of shit that I felt like went down this year, there's been some good moments, but there's been a lot of, like, driving me into my panic attack, depressive, anxiety episode states. I'm like, yeah, would love to. I would like a safe space, babes. Then in the bridge, in the lights, you look like you've never seen pain. Can you help me feel the same? Baby, this is what we dance for. Because in this place, what is it? We all the Nicole Kidman in this place, that you know, the Nicole Kidman ad that plays before AMC theaters. I don't know if they do it anymore, because like this is the place, like we all get to feel our emotions here, like we all get to reflect something different back into the world. Okay. Up next is Dreamcheater. I know the story that inspired FUFN, and I just feel as if this is a continuation of that. I don't know. If you have been following my Best of 2025 series on TikTok or Shorts or Reels, you will know that FUFN did get a nomination for one of my favorite songs of the year. So do keep that in mind. But let's listen to Dreamcheater. Oh. Oh my goodness. Was it with a woman? Oh, hello. Now, I don't know if Jade has come out. I know she's a big ally, is what she says. I don't know if she has discussed whether she's of the fruity persuasion. I don't know, but I'm just going to say I'm seeing these lyrics and I'm like, intro, oh baby, but it didn't mean anything. I was just asleep. It was all a dream. Obviously, I know, I feel like, I've never had a partner, but I've heard a lot of people say that last night in my dreams you cheated on me and now I'm pissed for no real good reason. And then, of course, Jade said that having a dream of her partner cheating on her is what inspired FUFN, and I'm just like, I feel like this was necessary. This was a necessary portion to the story. First one, I dream cheated on you last night. It doesn't count if they're not really alive. I can't even look you in the eye, but I can't wait to go back to sleep tonight. She's having some spicy dreams about someone else. Now, I don't know if it's a fictional person or what. Yeah. I mean, some part of it's like maybe Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift, but I think in that one, we're having a little bit of some emotional cheating, whereas this one's just her being like, I'm innocently like, you know what, I might have had a bit of a spicy dream about like a famous crush of mine, or like The pre-chorus is Nighttime Adulterer, Lavender Wanderer. I'm just going to say, we know Lavender is very much so indicative of queer, sapphic. She dreaming about a woman. REM Traveler, Lucid Adventurer. I must say, to anyone out there who also lucid dreams like me, let's just say sometimes I wish, now it doesn't happen as often anymore, but man, sometimes I wish I could escape my own brain sometimes when I'm asleep. But yeah, it'd be so sexual when I get under the covers, I'm smothered by another lover. You know what? Yeah. I mean, sure. Like, if you want to be with her, go for it. I haven't been untrue. You know how much I love you. There's just some things you can't do. I bet you do it too. She's like, listen, there's just some things you can't do. There's just some things that a man can't do. I'm just gonna say it. It sounds like dream about a little sapphic relationship going on there. But she's also like, everyone does it. Like everyone, yeah, I think most people have spicy dreams, except for the people who don't dream, which couldn't be me. This is such a fun song. The rhyming, though. I see a little change up on some of our verbiage here. Okay, verse 2 is, I dream cheated on you last night. 1,000 shooting stars fell out of the sky. I mean, obviously the imagery of, like, shooting stars in the sky, but also, like, if things were going really well, I'm sure she'd see 1,000 stars. I feel a little guilty inside, but I can't wait to hit the hay again tonight. Yes, go for it, girl. She's like, I know I'm like, I shouldn't feel this way, but also, like, Dream Me knows what's going on. Pre-chorus, baby, I'm so sorry. It's an anomaly. They meant nothing to me. Here's my apology, flowers and bubbly. In the reality, you can have all of me until I fall asleep. She's like, it didn't mean anything, even though it was not real and it was a figment of my imagination. But here's something. And then she changed it from, there's just some things you can't do, there's just some things you don't do. Call them out, babes. Call them out. She's like, there's just some things that you haven't been doing, babes. And then at the end we have, I dream cheated on you last night, baby, but it didn't mean anything. I dream cheated on you last night. It was all a dream. Good night. You know what? Right. Love it. She's so fun. She's so cute. Up next is Best You Could. Oh.
You made me cry so many times, but it's alright. Cause I'm me. Just like it was yesterday. I know it took me some time. Once I had it back and now I good. I know you take the best.
Oh. Is anyone else getting like the Great Four from Taylor Swift vibes? It takes a lot of emotional maturity to realize, like, I know I needed this from you, but I also realized that with everything going on, like I understand what you did was what you were capable of at the time, and that now we're good. We're good, babes. First one, I know it's been some time, haven't talked for a minute. Took me leaving life just to know how to live it. You made me cry so many times, but it's all right, because I'm doing all right. Now, I know we've been apart for a while. We needed to take that space, but I just wanted to come back and say, like, I know, like, the last time you saw me, it wasn't doing so hot. I just wanted to say it's all right. Like, I'm good now. There's a million ways to be there for somebody. You had a million words. All I needed was sorry. Now, the guilt you hide is you inside. I don't think Genius wrote that down correctly. But don't you cry, because I'm all right. I'm all right. He's like, this is what I needed from you, and I was never able to get that from you, but I want to come back and say, despite all the things that went wrong, like I'm good. I'm good. I don't know if it's saying we're good just yet. Hold me just like it was yesterday. I know it took me some time. Went to hell and back, and now we're good. I know you did the best you could. Like, we went through the ringer, and, like, I have to acknowledge that, like, even though it took me some time, I can come back with hindsight and say, hey, I know that this is all you had to give me at the time. So hold me like I'm still your baby. No, we don't need to fight. Went to hell and back, and now we're good. I know you did the best that you could. Now, I don't know if this is a familial relationship or a romantic relationship, but, like, you know, you can still hold me you can hold me like I'm still your baby. Like, I'm here, like, I'm back. We don't need to go through the same trials and tribulations that we went through before. Okay. Oh. I do think it kind of sounds like a parental relationship. I'm so glad that she's been able to get to this place. I'm not quite sure I'm there yet. But I know she had a song about her mother on the original album. So I don't know if this is that, or if it's like other parents or what. Could have been so close, never got that far. Seeing you feel bad really breaks my heart. Now I'm growing up wise. I realize that when you cry, it's because I'm doing all right. Okay. She's like realizing that, like, I don't want you to feel bad. Like, I realize now that like when you're crying, you're like, okay, like, I'm doing all right. Like, I don't know if it's because she like feels bad for all the things that she could have done, like, as a parent. Like, I'm thinking of it as a mother perspective. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, but, like, I don't know. And then the bridge goes, I forgive all the ways you let me down and weren't around when I called out. You loved me in a way that only you really knew how, but as long as you're here now. She's like, I forgive the past. Like, all I really need now is for you to acknowledge that you're going to be there going forward. And, like, yeah, good for her. I can't dwindle too much on this song just because I could feel myself starting to cry, and I, in fact, do have to be somewhere in an hour. And I don't really want to mess up my makeup between now and then. So let's go ahead and hop on to the next song, Use Me. Hopefully this isn't sad. Nice. Okay. Oh. Oh. I thought this was a sexy number, and then I'm like, oh, we're back to the comments on the industry. I watch you watching me as we intertwine, my body's ears to objectify. Take all your sins if you'll take mine, because I like it. So I thought when we intertwine, I thought it was like, okay, intimate hours. However, it might be like either from like an executive's perspective or a fan's perspective of, like, you know, as like you interact with her, like going to concerts, watching her music video. She said, like, oh, you objectify me, like, you accept all my sins, you accept me for what I am, and I accept you for what you are, because I like it. I'd give you anything you want from me, keep on soaking up my energy. It's kind of like a succubus, feeding on all of the fans. That's all you use me for, my voice, my lips. That's all you use me for, my moves, the hits. That's all you use me for, the rush, the bliss. That's all you use me for, so won't you come and use me just a little more? So it's like you use me for my voice, my lips, my instrument, like my moves, the hits, the dances, the music, the rush of my concert, the rush of the music, the bliss that comes with everything. I do feel like while it could be from a fan's perspective, it's kind of like both. Like it could be fun from a fan's or executive perspective. Kind of like this is the slightly darker version of Angel of My Dreams, where Angel of My Dreams was talking about like her love-hate relationship with the music industry, and how like, and it was very much, it had like a beat to it, but there was much more of a sadness, somberness to this. This is very much so like a little more sensationalized, a little more sexy, sensual view of it. Yes. Yes. Is this a favorite? Absolutely. I see it as the opposite side to Angel of My Dreams. And this one, instead of like describing some of like the angry and sadness that goes along with music industry, this is talking about like the romanticization of it, like comparing it to like a sexual experience, like a romantic situation. I know when to set the tempo. You still don't go to like crescendo. Obviously crescendo could be, you know, the hit, like the top of a song, like her great, like the big vocal moments, but obviously could be very much so a sexual crescendo. My music fills your head. I want to be the best. You know I won't let go. And then the bridge is better make me your mission. You got permission to use me more. This romance needs no chemicals. We're high on the mirrored floor. Throwing it back to like the fantasy music video. Like this romance, we don't need like any hormones going around. What brings us to the beat is like the I guess it made me serotonin, I guess. I'm gonna make you my mission. You got permission to use me more. Our rhythm is unbeatable, so get down while I perform. Obviously, get down can be taken as a sexual reference. And I also think this is another side of church because it's like, get down on your knees and worship me. Come on. So up next is tracks, the sixth one, Frozen. We've already heard that one. Then we have If My Heart Was a House. I have no idea what this metaphor is. However, I'm thrown back to Fragile Things by Dove Cameron. Similar in concept, I presume.
If my heart was a house, you could take a look around, look around, look around. You can make yourself at home, take a seat on the couch, but whatever you go, too dangerous, baby, contagious. Yeah, I promise you that I am on the same lines. I'll let you in, you'll be closer than anybody has ever been.
I don't know. Is this reminds me so much of something. I don't know if it's interpolating something or sampling something. I'm not 100% sure, but it sounds so much like something I've heard before, like beat wise. But I do love it. And also structurally, we went to chorus, then the refrain, then verse one. So, baby, if my heart was a house, you could take a look around. You can make yourself at home, take a seat on the couch, but whatever you do. So it's like, yeah, she's like, if my heart was a house, it'll be your home. Like you have full permission to come in and look around. Baby, don't go into that room with the lock and the key, because there's a couple things about me I don't think you want to touch, want to hear, want to see. Whatever you do, baby, don't go into that room. Basically saying, listen, you can see all the parts of me except for the dark ones. Like, there are some things that have remained behind lock and key, and I in fact do believe that you should not come in. And then the refrain is, room, obviously, it's too soon to think about that. It's too dangerous, baby, contagious. Yeah, I promise you that I am only saving us. She's like, I'm saving us because I know as soon as you see the darkest parts of me, you're going to be like, skipping town, not going to stick around. Then verse 1 goes, I'll let you in. You've been closer than anybody has ever been. So use your imagination, all I'm saying. She's like, listen, I will eventually let you in. I will. Like, you've gotten closer than anyone else. And this like sort of exploration of my heart. But right now she just said, just use your imagination of what it could be, because like I'm just like saying it can get pretty bad. Yes. It's gonna drive me crazy not knowing where that beat, like, listen, I love this song. Like, the production on it is great, but it's also it's something I've heard before, and I don't know. Someone's gonna comment down below and be like, there's where you heard it from. So after that chorus, we go into the build, which is, if you keep on pushing me, then I might give you a key, but I hope you're ready. Ready? Go. She's like, well, if you insist, then I hope you ready to dive in. Instead, like, not just saying your heart is a house, like, you're about to enter the haunted house, baby. Then we had a beat drop. Verse 2, baby, don't go into that feeling haunting me. You'll need therapy, seeing things you can't unsee. Baby, don't go into that. She's like, there's some ghosts in there. There are going to be some things that scare you because they still scare me. I'm just saying. And then, yeah, there's really no new information after that. Love it. Production-wise, solid song. It'll take me forever to figure out what it reminds me of, but hey. We've also reached the last song that we're reacting to today, and that is Tar. This one intrigues me so much because there's a lot of things that Tar could allude to, but it is an album about the industry, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna go down that route. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna go down that route. I heard there might have been a problem with this song. I don't know how long of a gap we have to wait for. I think it said minute. How long is it? Oh, there's the minute. You are that bitch, girl. Okay. So I will read what Jade said, but I heard that Tar had some space. I don't know how I feel about it, just because for conceptual, if you're listening to album from top to bottom, yeah, I guess it works in there. However, I don't listen to albums in order. Rarely, if ever. So on the album, I'm going back into the nostalgia era. The final song that plays is If My Heart Was a House, and then there's that very dramatic gap. Tar is almost like one of those bonus songs at the end of an album where you've got to wait a minute before it kicks in. I did that because I think it's quite far removed from everything else. It's probably the only song in the whole campaign that's very minimal in production. That's because Tar is the quiet ending to this era. Church is the big bulldozing finale, but Tar is more subtle. Conceptually, it's about me and my imposter syndrome, navigating the industry, trying my best to always perform and stay on, even when I feel terrible. If you deep dive into the lyrics, it's quite tragic, and that's the point. I mean, I like what I've heard of it so far. I just don't know if the dramatic pause was something that is going to... I think it's going to be something that hinders me from listening to the song more often. Bad thoughts sticking to me like tar. Sometimes I forget that I'm a superstar. Sticking pins in my voodoo doll. A teddy bear with the head falling off, and I'm just waiting for bad shit to happen. She's like, yeah, she's like, she feels like this is only going to last a certain amount of time. Like, she's comparing it to all these things where it's just like sticking pins in my voodoo doll. Like, I'm constantly hating on myself. My imposter syndrome is laughing. At least I look good. My lipstick don't smudge even when I hit the turbulence. She said, at least I'm hot, Renee Rapp-esque. And it's been a while since I ugly cried. Smooth sailing, I've been cruising through the sky. I know the signs, familiar designs. When I'm crashing, I know how to force a smile. She said, I fake it till I make it. Like, people who have the biggest smiles tend to have the most pain hiding behind them. I'm not sure there's much else to say about the lyricism. It's pretty straightforward in what she's giving us. The sad part is that I really like this song. I just probably won't listen to it as much because of that little gap there. Time flies when nothing works. Old paint stained on another shirt. I could wash it off, but I love the dirt. Eyes look my best when I think the worst. She said, like, I could actively work on myself, but hey, when I'm hating on myself, you know what? I look so good. And every time something good happens, my positivity is cranking. At least I look good. My lipstick don't smudge. Even when I hit the turbulence. A little bit of toxic positivity. Is happiness such a crime? I just want to feel alive. Is it wrong? I want to feel alright. Will you help me feel alright? He's like, all I want to do is be happy. That's all she wants in life. She's like, is it a crime? Just because of, like, my industry. Is it wrong to be happy? Is it wrong to be sad? Like, But yeah, that's the last song we're reacting to in today's video. So let's go ahead and hop into our final thoughts and rankings. So we have reached the encore of that show business, baby. I don't know what else to say. Of the new tracks, I really liked Use Me and If My Heart Was a House. I feel like all collectively there's some very similar sounds and production that is very unique to Jade, and some of them I love, some of them they're not my favorite. But I definitely think this is again a chance where I have to sit down and go through and listen to them a few more times before I solidify what my final thoughts and opinions are on these new songs. But it's likely been a few days, possibly a week, since I reacted to these new tracks, so here's my tentative final ranking of That's Showbiz Baby. Obviously, of the original tracks, FUFN is still one of my absolute favorites, as well as Natural at Disaster. And then I told you Use Me and If My Heart Was a House, probably up there, as well as This Is What We Dance For. I felt like that one was a great time. So yeah, let me know what your favorites are from that. Let me know what your favorites from this album are. What's your top 5, top 3, top 2? You can rank the whole album in the comments for me. And I will see y'all in the next one.